On to our third weight class of the night. Daton Fix, a three-time runner-up here at the NCAA Championships against Vito Arujau, an NCAA champion last year. This a highly anticipated matchup for these two guys finishing up their college careers.
Two dudes that have wrestled for world championships, wrestling for an NCAA championship in the finals. Vito Arujau, the world champ last year. Daton Fix, a world silver medalist. Both about to take the center of the mat. And here comes the Oklahoma jump man, Daton Fix, to the center. Oh my goodness, Jordan, I get excited.
I love it.
I get nervous when it's good wrestling.
I love it. Well, we talk a lot about the Big Ten Conference and how great it is, but we got a guy from the IWA and the Big 12 here. World silver medalist, world champion,
I like what
NCAA champion, three-time runner-up. What a great matchup we got here. We're in for a treat.
And we saw Vito just look like Vito all tournament. He didn't look like a guy that could lose in college. He's been putting it on dudes, and he put it on Ryan Crookham in the semis.
Oh, he was on fire last year. NCAA champion, world champion. And this year, I thought he was just having a little bit early season woes. You know, you go through the entire summer wrestling freestyle. He lost to Crookham early in the year. I'm like, okay, we'll chalk that up to a guy who's just been very, very pressed, hard-working throughout the summer. But when he lost to him in the conference finals, I'm like, man, how'd this guy do it again? Last night, it was personal for him.
Yeah, he looked so good as we got some blood. But Vito, just his foot movement, his stance, his actions were so quick and dynamic. He looked like the best wrestler in the world last night. And it was amazing to watch. Right here, you see those. It looked like their heads came together. Yep, the re-attack there by Vito.
Completely incidental.
Yes.
No penalty right there. It's blood time. There's no time to say, but it's a blood timeout. And one of the things that we talk about Vito and his loss to Crookham a couple times, it could have been just stylistically. There's some guys that you just don't stylistically match up well against.
You know what's the best thing about that? Is you see the blood, and in reality, that was just done right by both guys. Daton Fix matched his head level. Vito Arujau did exactly what he's supposed to do on the re-attack. That's why the best wrestlers, you look at their face, there's a lot of bruising and a lot of being beaten up, because you have to use your face and your head to defend.
Now, JB, that's what you would do. You would just, they match your level, you're going to put your face right through their face.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what? When I'm nervous before a match and I feel like, man, I'm having difficulty getting into the match, I have anxiety and expectations are running rampant, I just go shoot as hard as I possibly can. I lower my head, I get it right in their face, and I want to see their reaction. But now I know we're wrestling.
I like that. He's crazy. He's crazy, ain't he? That's like he win all the time. Hey, let's call this an accidental clash of heads. You know, we get in trouble for calling it a headbutt. It's an accidental clash of heads. Okay, that's what we're calling it for the rest of the night.
I didn't know you were such a wordsmith, DC.
Yeah, well, that's what they tell me. I only say things they tell me.
And how about that? Both guys got, you always say, hey, wait till you see the other guy. Both guys got it at the same time. We got a cut eye for Fix, a cut head for Vito.
So let me ask you this, you all are being combat athletes. When you are bleeding, does that get you more amped up?
I mean, well, you're bleeding in the octagon. Generally, you got hit with something really hard. That sucks. Wrestling match, hey, man, that's why you see these guys. They got the tape all around their head, the black eyes, the gable wrap. Love it. I love seeing it.
Here's what's not great about it, Rock. It's a momentum killer. And so if you find yourself deep into a match, your opponent may be getting tired, you're trying to build momentum, and then you have to stop for a minute and a half, can kill your momentum.
Coach Mike Gray, Cornell coach, doing another, I mean, just doing a great job.
Take two, here we go.
There. I mean, Jordan, when we were at your academy, and the way you were showing my kids re-attacks, I see Vito, bro, he never comes up whenever somebody fakes at him. Look at him, he stays down every time.
This man is so fast.
And it looks like we might have some blood time for Vito. So he's ready to go. And he spoke yesterday after his match, that major decision win over Lehigh's Ryan Crookham, and said, one, I wasn't going to let him dictate the terms of the match after having lost to him in the conference finals. Two, I have been hurt all year, and that's going to be the case for just about all 20 wrestlers we see here tonight.
Everybody's going through the grind of the season. Now, hey, Daton Fix was doing something right there that I think would benefit him. You got to grab a guy like Vito Arujau. You can't give him space. You got to crowd the fast guy.
There's a great incentive for Vito to get his scoring going early here, because Daton Fix, not only in his 3 previous finals matches, but here as well, has wrestled very close. His last 2 have been wins by just a single point.
Well, if I'm Daton Fix, I want to close the gap. When you're wrestling someone who's athletic, who's extremely quick, you want to get your hands on him, slow him down, control the wrist, control the collar tie.
I literally just said that.
I am taking cues from you, bro.
You're doing exactly what I do. I told y'all, and in the back, these boys in the back just saying all the information for air, and I'm just taking it from them.
Hey, here's the thing. Did both of these guys use walkers or canes to get to the stage? Both of these guys graduated in 2017.
Jeez.
7 years later, they find themselves in the NCAA finals. They might be the 2 oldest guys in the tournament.
Child abuse.
One of the things you notice about Vito, when he takes his shots, they're wide shots. He doesn't like to go straight away, while Daton Fix likes to do a high C to the opponent's left leg, right in the middle, or he'll do an overhand slide by. So he's more straight ahead, while Vito likes to create wide angles and catch ankles.
The slower and the lowest scoring match favors Daton Fix. If there's a lot of wrestling going on, it would tend to shift towards Vito Arujau.
And here's what we're looking at right now, as we talked about, Rock, another momentum killer. These guys have to continuously stop. And so you usually build momentum as you allow the flow and the rhythm to be gained throughout the entirety of the match. But every time you have to stop, it goes from a 7-minute match to more like 30-second goes. We're wrestling in sprints. We'll see who can take advantage of this. I see a lot more action from Fix than I've seen throughout the remainder of the tournament. I like the way he's wrestling so far.
Daton Fix, the Big 12 title this year. 5th time that it's happened for him, the first time to do that in Big 12 history. Parker Keckeisen can match that number next year. And Fix in the finals, 2019 lost 4-2 against Nick Suriano, and then in back-to-back years, 21 and 22, lost by a total of 3 points against Roman Bravo Young of Penn State. So he's on the edge of a dangerous piece of wrestling history.
Yeah.
There are only 3 time runners-up. There are 2 of them in NCAA Division I history. Jerry Abbas of Fresno State in the 90s, and Dwayne Goldman of Iowa in the 80s.
That's my boy. He coaches with
There are
Abbas.
How about this, DC? 53 wrestlers have been 4-time place winners. You get on the podium. None of them has ever finished in 2nd place 4 times.
You don't want to be that guy.
Hey, that's a record nobody wants.
You know how they play those little things in the middle? You're going to be one of those answers at the top of the screen whenever the session about to start. You want to be one of the good answers.
If they don't stop this blood with Vito, they're probably going to wrap him up.
Physical, physical. Look at the hand fight from the knee. Slide by. Whoa.
Fix had the angle there. Fix had the angle there.
Look, Fix cutting him off, circling to the right. He moves, he shifts, he stays in close, collar tie.
He's staying in close, and every time Vito gives him a fake, his hands go down towards the mat. Now this doesn't favor Fix. When he starts backing up and he's on his heels, Vito's gonna sting him.
Lots of misdirections that you're seeing with Vito. Just moving the hips just to get a reaction. He's like data shots. Building up data to see how is he responding when I move a certain way.
Just downloading information.
I'd like to see a committed attack from someone.
Or they both taking half shots. They both taking these types of shots where they kind of give you an idea, like, I can go. Let me get some information, but nothing committed to the leg.
That's that left side hat. High C. Yep.
Strong hips.
Yeah, strong hips.
Strong hips. Well, you know what I'm seeing a lot from Vito? That was one of the first shots that he actually decided to go underneath. Typically, he's getting a lot of angles, taking low-risk shots, where in case he misses, he can recover to his feet quickly. That was one of his first committed attacks where he went under Daton's hips.
Scoreless at the end of the first period, with Fix looking for his first title, Arujau for his 2nd. And there's John Smith, who going into next season will be the longest tenured head coach in Division I. It'll be his 34th year next year. Ahead of the program that has won more team titles than any other in the history of the sport.
Watch a left side tight waist by Vito. There it is.
And a challenge brick thrown from the Oklahoma State corner.
That's a locked hands. That's a locked hands, Rob.
Was it?
That's a locked
I
hands.
didn't see it.
From my angle, I just saw the back. So
yeah, we
need
saw
to
the
see
back.
Well,
with
Vito's positioning, he couldn't really see that Daton was building up from his base, but he still had his hands planted on the mat. He was still locked in a rear standing position while Daton was going back down. It looked like a locked hands to me.
So Oklahoma State, through the challenge break, it goes to the command center, and the command center is going to look and believes, as JB said,
let's take a look at that.
It could be locking hands. So if it is locking hands, it's going to be called a technical violation. 1 point will go to Daton Fix.
Can it be? But can Daton have been called for baiting him? Up, down, up, down. They say don't play the game.
If he does that, that would be an unsportsmanlike conduct against him. But it didn't look like he did it repeatedly. Let's take a look.
Oh, that is down. That's down.
We need to see the opposite.
It's the opposite side, yeah.
So they're looking, talking, and they're seeing different angles than what we are seeing right now in the command center. But to your point, if it is a technical violation, it'll be 1 point for Daton Fix, and Daton Fix will still be underneath. So here's the command center. They're looking.
Oh, yeah, it was locked. When he put it down, it looks like it's locked on his far hip. Not here, but right before. It looks like it's locked on the far hip on the opposite side.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
Here's the call.
After review, technical violation, locked hand.
There it is. It was on that far hip.
Yeah, John Smith Coleman's got. They had the best view in the house. It was facing their corner, and he grabbed that brick and threw it out without hesitation. It was see it, throw it immediately. They knew it, and they got it right.
You could see it on the far hip a little bit because you saw Vito make a motion to change it whenever they started screaming locked hands.
Good challenge.
Great challenge by the Oklahoma State corner.
And immediately, Vito says, I'm going to do optional start, meaning like I'm going to potentially let him up.
Yeah, he knows he's got to go score takedowns now.
So the lead is 2-0 for Fix.
And if you're Fix, you can't stop wrestling in the manner in which you were wrestling throughout the first period. You still want to stay forward, stay disciplined in your stance, control the ties.
You know what's going to play to Fix's? You know what's going to play to Fix's advantage though? The blood, because he will not be able to wear him down. Because every time he starts bleeding, there's going to be there's the blood. Every time he starts bleeding, he'll get a break.
I sense a sense of urgency from Vito.
It has to be. He understands this guy's a world champ. He doesn't just stand around and lose.
And DC, you can be honest now. We've seen how Daton Fix.
Wow.
There's a shot. The pressure's really coming up and hard.
Wow, that was he called it.
It's a little too early for Daton to shut it down. He's wrestling very defensively now, but he's already got himself one stalling call in the first period. And Vito back to the leg.
On the edge,
nothing yet. Goes with the roll. Find himself out of bounds. Wow, smart, savvy wrestling.
That might have been a takedown, boys. He's challenging.
And here comes the brick.
That might be a takedown.
This might be the longest NCAA final in history. We got bricks, we got blood time, we got technical violations.
Oh, he never really controlled. I thought he grabbed that ankle. Beyond reaction, Rock. Right here, Rock. Tell me.
We are in slow motion, so it's hard for us to determine.
Watch here, Rock, when he comes up to the waist. Hands are on the mat here.
But immediately he went to a roll. Right there, he immediately kept the motion. There wasn't a pause or a kick out to get in there. So at that point, again, we are watching it in slow motion, and we'll have a jaded view. If we look at slow motion, of course it looks like it.
I thought he caught that ankle. Now look here.
As soon as he hit that. So here's real time.
Mike, why are they showing that up there?
As soon as he's around, that's continuous motion right there. Continuous motion.
Calls confirmed. No takedown.
We saw the continuous motion, and that's why there was no takedown. However, Daton Fix is on the clock, so to speak, because he has a stall call and a position where Vito had an opportunity to score.
And now look at this time, Rock. He's coming out. He's
got to.
Fix
has got to go forward.
Look at the urgency from Vito, though.
It just feels like Fix is going to give up a stall call in this match. Vito's offense is on point now.
But he's on the edge again. Fix trying to get out.
He's got to bring that back in.
Oh, Fix on the leg now.
good scramble here.
Good crack down there
And
by
if I'm Fix, we got 20 seconds. I'm taking my time here. I'm trying to find my way back to center. He's got to pull him in. He's got Vito on his butt. This is a big opportunity here. Oh! Wow.
This is high-level wrestling.
Look at the change of direction from Vito.
This is high-level wrestling right here.
DC, you nailed it. This is high-level, elite, world championship type of wrestling.
We're good. It's just a cut. We're good. Caution. Come back.
Caution on Arujau. There is a stall against Fix, and another one would get Arujau on the board.
This is that gentleman's agreement at the end of the second. We're like, we'll settle this in the third.
Hey, one time there was end of a period in a freestyle match. I grabbed the Cuban. He punched me. Right here, it looked like Vito was going to score. He went cradle.
Man, Vito's been doing a great job of staying aggressive. He's been all over Daton Fix's legs, but not being rewarded on the scoreboard. Not a single point scored yet for Vito, but he's been doing a really good job of getting access
You saw
to
Daton try to
Daton's
go
legs.
back to the head there. Vito did a great job of finding some space. Now look at Vito. Throw by. Let's get back to my offense. This is a big moment here.
And watch that. Look at Daton. He was looking for a break there.
Yeah,
he was looking for a break. Look at him touch his nose, point to the referee. He's like, hey, ref, let me get another one of those 30s.
Yep, I need a little time.
Here's the question. Does the pressure start to get tight with Daton right now? A little tired. It's third period. I need to win. Do you think he's feeling it at this point?
Absolutely.
And every family will sit on the floor tonight except the Fix family. They said, we got to change something. They're not down here trying to watch him win a championship.
Fix trying to avoid being the first four-time runner-up in NCAA Division I history.
He went right through him again.
That's action. That's action. That's from the double leg.
Oh, there is
But look at
great anger.
Look at Daton's body language. Look at
blood.
Daton's body language.
But now
he's
you got
over
big
here
blood.
by his coaches.
Now you got big blood from Fix.
Now, what was that? Was that a clash of the heads?
Yeah, hey, dude. Smith is complaining now that he's headbutting him. Smith complained that he headbutted him.
That was clean. Look, this is a clean double. Look, circles back to the center. Look, he's looking for the shot, lowers his level. He's looking for a double leg there.
Jordan, he headbutted him, Jordan. Jordan, look at this.
Hey.
That is a headbutt, Jordan. But now, that's on Daton to get the top of his head down and not his face.
That's right. That's right.
DC, what was the word you said that people like to say earlier?
What? Stalling?
That's what the whole crowd is cheering right now.
Look at this, look at this, look at this. Right in his face. Right in the face. Now, hey, if Fix gets the crown of his head down, that hurts Vito more.
What I like is Vito's sense of urgency. What I'm not loving right now from Daton Fix is the body language. He keeps continuing to go back to his corner. It's blood. He doesn't know how to button his headgear. There's a lot that he's doing to try.
Without another stalling call.
Well, he's going to have to move forward.
The crowd's going. But this crowd and this official is going to call stalling.
If you're Daton Fix, you got 1 minute and 45 seconds to change the rest of your life. He's been on the bad side of these decisions 3 times as an NCAA runner-up. He needs to go and make it happen and secure this title for himself here. We'll see what he can do.
He's got to do the old heavyweight wrestling, reaching for the leg and stuff. Fake shots, half shots, knee pounds.
Or get to an attack, get to the leg, secure it, hold on to it.
There it is.
He's in the switch. He likes the scramble positions. He can extend these scrambles.
I told you.
And that's the 3. Wow.
I told you they were going to call that very soon. I told you they were going to call that very soon.
And now the challenge brick thrown from the Oklahoma State corner on the takedown.
But now this is a takedown, regardless. This is a takedown, right, Rob?
This is getting to a point where, to me, it looks like it's a takedown.
Yeah, but can you challenge back to when it happens?
That's what he's doing right now, challenging the takedown. So let's look at it again.
But it ultimately became a takedown.
So, he comes across, nothing, there's a stall call and a point, and he's lacing the ankle. And in that position right there, it's more of a judgment call. That's not by application.
I mean, it looks like a takedown. But Rock, you said in high school this is a takedown, no question.
Yes. But right now, it's a judgment call on the collegiate style.
Yes. That was beautiful, though, by Vito. And the sad thing about this is Vito Arujau puts together a great takedown, and there's a challenge, and now we're talking about the challenge again.
Now, I believe that there was a stall call against Daton Fix to make it another point, and then a takedown. So it's a big swing right here.
So regardless of what the outcome of this call is, it looks like Vito is going to come away with some points.
Yes. The stall call was definitely there.
And so the breaks look like they're favoring Vito. Every time they come back from a break, he's got aggression, urgency. He's looking for attacks. He's getting to the legs. Daton Fix, if he wants to win this match, he's going to have to not only possibly get an escape here, but he's going to definitely need a takedown.
DC, you brought up a good point. In high school, when someone's on your leg and you lace the ankle and you're perpendicular like a T, that is a takedown by application. However, in college, you have reaction time, but it's also a judgment call. So while people at home are saying that's absolutely true, in high school it is. In college, there's some wiggle room there.
Last year, the NCAA championships were just a couple miles away from where Daton Fix grew up, outside Tulsa, Oklahoma. Here in Kansas City, there was just a "Let's go Vito" chant. The tables have certainly turned from one year to the next.
That's happened to Daton Fix over the course of this whole tournament. He has not been a guy that the crowd has been in the corner. And Rock, honestly, it ultimately was a takedown at the end, but that's why my question to you was, what if it turns into a takedown, even though it wasn't maybe at that moment? What if it turns into a takedown? Nothing changed.
They can look at the whole sequence.
And the whole sequence, it ended in a takedown.
It could be.
So then what's the chance?
So they're adjusting riding time. I heard him say
1:75 seconds.
It's one.
Thanks.
So let's see what happens here. Still a stall call.
No takedown.
See what I'm saying?
No takedown.
But how, Rob? That's the question. How? Because at that moment it wasn't, but ultimately Vito did score.
But did they still give the stall? So it looks like they still gave the stall.
Still stall call.
So now does his philosophy change? Does his approach change? Because it looks like he's going to go ahead by a point to make it 3-2.
It'll be 2-2. Correct. It's now 2-2. It's tied up.
But Fix has been hit. Hey, but let me ask you a question. Why don't they put the time back on the clock, Rock, to the moment that he did get to the shot?
They did.
Okay.
And riding time not a factor. Vito, that's an undisputed three.
Undisputed. And you know what that came from? That comes from Fix knowing he had to go.
Yep, there was a sense of urgency there.
He had to do something that he probably would not have done because of the stallings.
One of the things you saw, Daton Fix went for a straight ahead, high C, and got extended. When he got extended, that's when he got bumped.
And maybe that's why he wasn't taking a lot of risks throughout the match, because he knew that Vito's counter offense is extremely quick.
It's so good. Vito's counters are amazing. And now Vito will have more opportunities to score because now Daton's got to go after him.
The escape makes it a 2-point match in favor of Arujau.
Well, Arujau still, he has to continue to wrestle.
He does, because one takedown went to Fix. But if you look at the way this match is played out, it seems like the more Fix opens up, the more chances Arujau will have to score. His counter scores are amazing.
Watch the slide by. Ooh, he ran through it.
The aggressor is the winner on the edge.
The ref saying wave it off.
Yeah, that one wasn't a takedown.
I agree. Good wave off.
Oh, look at Vito.
I agree.
Vito's yelling at the ref.
I agree.
Vito's yelling. His dad, an Olympic medalist, is yelling at the officials, and they may take the opportunity here to go to the monitor. Mike Gray, the Cornell head coach, is livid as he has been for the last 6 minutes, 45 seconds.
Vito's wrestling with a lot of emotion right now. He's got to calm himself down. Arujau's winning, but Rock, beyond reaction.
I think we all agree that that wasn't a takedown. It's a good wave off.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it, right? The side ref immediately said, wave it off.
So that's the first takedown. He just got extended.
Oh, man. Wait.
That's the first one.
And look at this textbook re-attack double here. Watch, Daton goes for the attack. He goes down block with his head.
We're
turns him back to the corner.
Takedown right now, guys. We should be showing that one here where it looks like a takedown. Look at Vito's dad. He's the man. Look at this guy. I love this guy.
Watch this. Textbook. Sits him. He never secured the far foot.
That's not a takedown.
Never secured the far foot. Right back to the splits. He wasn't down. So when you can't see it from the outside, when you're in it, you always believe it's a takedown. So you can see the visual frustration on Vito's face. He believes it was a takedown, but even if it wasn't, he knows there's still time on the clock. He's got to get back to a space mentally where he's rather ready to go get one or ready to defend. But you know in this last 15 seconds, Daton's going to throw all he has at him.
But he has to. He has to.
So, Rock, if there's no takedown here, Rock Harrison, our rules analyst, former NCAA official, if it's ruled that there was no takedown on the edge, what does the clock look like?
It'll keep going. It'll just say it was a continuation of the action.
We are 21 minutes into this match.
JB, you said earlier, this might be the longest match in the NCAA history.
Man, they stopped this thing so many times.
Hey, honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm here for it. We got 2 world finalists out there. Let's wrestle, man.
Counter offense, runs him down, looks for the double leg, can't secure that far foot. He goes right to the splits. The ref had been holding on to those threes for so long, he wanted to get that one quickly.
So no takedown, 15 seconds to go for a title at 133.
Watch the slide by.
Vito just has to back up. He doesn't have no stalls. He has nothing. It doesn't matter. He's got to just take his time.
And Vito Arujau is the national champion here in Kansas City.
And you gotta love it. You gotta respect this man. He had some early season woes. He lost twice to Brian Crookham. He was a world champion this year and not even a conference champion.
Yeah,
but he finds himself on top of the world as he bows to the crowd.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate for Daton Fix, man, to finish with a record that no one wants.
But here's the deal, right? The guy that scored the takedown won the match, and that is how it should be.
Yeah, that's right.
Daton was never able to offensively score a takedown. He got the escapes and he got the locked hands. Arujau, when he needed to score, he scored a takedown, and he earns himself another national championship.
Or if you're a casual fan and you watch that match, or regardless of how many points were on the board, it looked like Vito was the aggressor most of the match.
And Vito's dad, 2-time freestyle world champ and Olympic bronze medalist in 1992. The celebration is on for the native of Syosset, New York. And Vito Arujau with Quinn.
Vugar and Zana, your parents were here again.
Yeah.
That was a crazy match. That was a 22-minute match.
The whole family was fun.
How would you best describe the circus that was that match?
You know, it was just, I'm not quite sure how to put it. Felt like I wasn't supposed to win that. They were really trying not to let me win that. And I really didn't care. I wanted to win it, so I did.
Your year wasn't as smooth maybe as some anticipated. You dealt with some severe injuries, but when you showed up here in KC, you were the true Vito.
I don't know if I'm the true Vito yet. I think I did a lot of work, and that was a lot of through the help of Cornell Wrestling and the support systems that we have there in our alumni program and everything. Really allowed me to compete here today. You know, I'm not sure I'm necessarily 100%, but I showed up and I put my everything on that mat, and I'm happy to walk away a 2-time national champion.
You got 2. Way to go, Vito.
Thank you.
Congratulations.